your name makes my heart tremble. I turn again. If I could just hold your hand once, maybe I've truly gone insane for you. You're smiling at someone else again, and I'm left with this quiet pain. I needed your smile too, just for me, but another day passes silently. I know you'll never love me back, I understand, but strength I lack. Every scene I dreamt alone was just a world I made my own. Waiting is just another name for goodbye. Familiar sadness doesn't make me cry, but it cuts deeper day by day and leaves a pain that won't go away. Even if I try to let you go, a season like you returns, I know. A nameless love quietly blooms, then with no words it met its doom. The time I spent loving only you, to you it meant nothing true. A love I walked through all alone, and in the end my heart stood on its own. There's something I feel I should be doing, but I can't seem to do a single thing. Just when I think I might be okay, the thought of it makes me sad again. Time flows on, leaving me behind, leaning by a window, lost in my mind. Another day just slips away, another sorrow that time brings my way. This heart, worn out from waiting, it doesn't disappear, it quietly aches. This pain, too deep for comfort, it doesn't heal, it quietly aches. They say I'll be okay with time, that I'll forget, or at least go numb. But each day without that person breaks me down, helplessly undone. This heart, worn out from waiting, it doesn't disappear, it quietly aches. This pain, too deep for comfort, it doesn't heal, it quietly aches. They say that time will make it right, but how much must I fall in that time? I guess I'm just learning how to live by holding all this hurt inside. This heart, worn out from waiting, it doesn't disappear, it quietly aches. This pain, too deep for comfort, it doesn't heal, it quietly aches. In a day that feels frozen still, you quietly search for your way. The time you spent all on your own is shaping who you are today. Though now your pace may seem too slow, spring awaits at your journey's end. Don't give up, just take your time, you're doing well, my friend. Walk on with your own steps, it's okay to go your way. Where your heart is leading you, that's where your light will stay. Even if you stop and stand in winds that shake your soul, if the rest is what you find in that too will make you whole. Tears will help the flowers bloom, sighs will turn to stars. For the one at darkness edge, I'll send applause from afar. Walk on with your own steps, even if the world turns away. In the end, just being yourself will guide you through the gray. Even memories of falling down will give your future strength. Whisper softly to yourself, it's okay, and breathe again. Walk on with your own steps, you'll reach wherever you dream. Though the road is long and rough, you'll be shining at the seam. Don't fall apart just one more day. You've done enough, you see. Every path you choose to walk will become your miracle endlessly. You came to me without a word and shook my world so quietly. You left behind just sorrow and pain, a wind like soul who vanished from me. They say that love will bloom someday, if only we are patient and true. But the one who falls in love too soon is the first to feel the lonely blue. With no reason you were kind, so endlessly gentle, warm and near. With no reason you turned cold and left me standing alone in tears. Every street we walked together still holds your scent in the air. Even when I close my eyes, tears begin to bloom from despair. With no reason you were kind, so endlessly gentle, warm and near. With no reason you turned cold and left me standing alone in tears. While I search for why you left, you disappeared like the breeze. We were just good and just ended. Now you're just a memory I miss with ease. A love too sad to ever stay, too deep to hold, too far away. A wind that lingers in my chest, a soul I can't forget or chase. In front of theater we used to go, under neon lights that softly glow. Silhouette I knew so well, it was you, the one I missed so long. Your silent gaze met mine again, so much like how it used to be then. The same old song began to play, and side by side we walked that way. The days we lost came flooding back, like a movie that's reached its final act. Like credits rolling after the end, you return to my heart again. A fateful meeting, misunderstandings gone. Our eyes met, then our hands held on. We stood there quietly for a while, saying nothing, just sharing a smile. I woke to find an empty room, a faded poster on the wall in gloom. That spot where you once used to be, only curtains swayed quietly. Maybe I was dreaming of the you I left behind. A love that found its way again, only to leave like passing rain. You were smiling under the sunlight, but I hated how I smiled back too. How long long has it been since your last goodbye? And yet here we are, me and you. On the bus, her head leaned on my shoulder, and for a moment I felt it flutter. But maybe deep down I always knew this wouldn't work with her either too. You cried on me like a summer rain, and like that rain you left again. I held you close like a fleeting dream, but I woke to find you'd vanished clean. Our summer didn't last too long. We sat in silence after the storm. My farewell was not in words I said. You knew it by the look instead. I still remember you walking away. That moment lingers like a trace, and maybe I always somehow knew I'd only end up hurting you. You cried on me like a summer rain, and like that rain you left again. I held you close like a fleeting dream, but I woke to find you'd vanished clean. You cried on me like a summer rain, and like that rain you left again. I held you close like a fleeting dream, but I woke to find you'd vanished clean. This morning I finally knew. I felt it, you were changing, slow but true. But in the cold of today's sunrise, I had to admit it's time to say goodbye. That strangely scorching summer faded when I found you. Since that day it always seemed to rain. You stood there quietly in the blue. You look so lonely in the breeze, and that rainy scene behind your eyes played like a film across my to part, even if nothing can remain. Let me whisper through the pain. Rain and you still linger like the autumn hue, though I knew you'd slip away. I wasn't ready that day. So before the leaves are gone, before the winter comes along, let me say what I never could. I loved you, autumn. Goodbye, my autumn. The day I met you, time stood still. You smiled just like the morning sun. We barely spoke a single word, but hearts already knew as one. Your voice was soft, a little shy, but still you looked at me that way. Your eyes, they told me everything, that love had gently come to stay. When cherry blossoms filled the air that spring, I watched you walk away. You waved goodbye but said no words, and I had nothing left to say. The day you left, I wrote to you a letter filled with all my soul. I knew you might not read a word, but hoped you feel it all the same. Each time the spring returns again, a quiet ache comes back to me. The season where you used to be still blooms the way you used to be. When cherry blossoms fill the air that spring, I watched you walk away. You waved goodbye but said no words, and I had nothing left to say. I couldn't ever let you go. I kept that moment in my heart. Though flowers bloom and fade with time, your memory never fell apart. There's one last thing I never said. I loved you more than words could show. There's one last thing I never said. I truly loved you, now you know.
It was a day full of tangled thoughts, at least until the rain began. Beside a shaded bench so still, you quietly came and sat down. Our eyes met with a little pause, a pleasant kind of unfamiliar. You felt like someone I didn't need to question. Just being near was enough. We only shared a single umbrella, but all I heard was your quiet breath. Even a small word felt too brave, so we just smiled and said nothing instead. Two people scarred and slowly healing. No need to hide the days we've lost. You may not be my first love, but I hope you'll be my last. A sudden message from the past shook my heart for a fleeting while. But you, who stayed in silence near me, wrapped me in peace with your quiet smile. You never said, let's live together. We simply picked curtains side by side. And now each changing little moment feels more and more like you inside. A late night call, your gentle voice. You carefully said, I just missed your sound. That simple line, so softly spoken, it brought the tears welling down. Even without the perfect words, the truth was always shining through. We're learning how to stand together, not as one, but as us, me and you.
I just wanted to feel what love was like. Pretend I knew how to care even for a while. Acting drunk on wine, drunk on spring, using that as an excuse to think of you again. I hummed a song for no reason at all. I even tried sending you a text message. Warm sunlight, lazy weekend air. I spent the whole season thinking of you there. When the spring rain fell, I finally knew I was just trying to lie to myself, sipping spring in little drops until I was fully drunk in it all by myself. At first I thought it was just a phase, blamed it on the mood, on the weather haze. But your name kept slipping through my lips. Now I know I can't pretend through this. When the spring rain fell, I finally knew I was just trying to lie to myself, sipping spring in little drops until I was fully drunk in it all by myself. Looking back now, I understand why I let myself fall again. the spring rain fell, I finally knew. In a season that felt like love was true, what stayed with me when all else passed wasn't you, wasn't spring, just loneliness that lasts. You were the only one for me, even when I gave you all of me. My love still never felt enough. So why are you drifting far away? I knew no one else but you. How can I forget someone like you? Even if I stand alone at the world's end, I'll wait for you to come back again. You were everything I had inside. I call your name 1,000 times. Even the last love left in my heart, I'll keep it just for you. You set apart. I knew no one else but you. How can I forget someone like you? Even if I stand alone at the world's end, I'll wait for you to come back again. Even if I love again, even if I hurt again, you're the only one I ever knew. Even if I love again, even if I hurt again, you're the only one I ever knew. I was walking a dark road, chasing the stars, and when I lost my way, I found you there. When every light in the world faded away, only your eyes continued to shine. Every day before you came into my life was just a trailer, a preview, nothing more. Only now do I feel like I'm living a film. Only now Every day before you came into my life was just a trailer, a preview, nothing more. Only now do I feel like I'm living a film. Only now are we truly living this story. In my endless story, you are the final line, the closing sentence. So please don't fall in love on my love. I live with every breath you take. You can only dream when the sun goes down, and only dance when the wind comes around. In the dark we search for light, moving forward though we sway through the night. The farther the dream, the deeper the fire. The lost road leads to something higher. After tears, a smile, a bloom. You rise again once you've fallen through. It's okay this way. Even if I shake, I'll stay. When there's no path in sight, I will trust my step, my light. Falling down, then rising tall, chasing the glow inside. Yes, I will. Only what's heavy can be let go. Only down low can you touch the glow. Only when broken we grow strong. In surrender we find where we belong. It's okay this way. Even if I shake, I'll stay. When there's no path inside, trust my step, my light. Falling down, then rising tall, chasing the glow inside it all. Even if the world stands still, I'll begin again. Yes, I will. Even if the sun sets, even if winds blow, I'll keep dreaming, let my spirit grow. Like a flower blooming in low, soft light, I will rise again and shine so bright. The sunlight touches you in that moment. The sea feels like my heart swaying through the night. Footprints we left on the sand, together they won't fade, vivid like a dream. White shirt, damp hair, your smiling face keeps coming back. A cool breeze starts to blow, bringing back the days of us. breaking up my heart. I wish I could go back to that day, because summer looks like you. Like waiting for you beyond the horizon. The sun sets but my heart keeps glowing red. Without a word, we only held hands. That moment still circles in my mind. Your laughter lingers in my ears, still coloring my days even now. Even when summer ends, I live inside those memories. Because summer looks like you, I keep thinking of you. Even your salty little voice remains. It sparkles like the starlight in my memories. And I want to hold you once again, because summer looks like you. When autumn comes, will our season drift away too? At the edge of this summer, I keep calling out your name, because summer looks like you. When I close my eyes, I hear your voice calling out to me. It flows with the wind, wraps around me tight. Even at the end of this season, I wanna see you once again, because summer looks like you. What was I so thirsty for, I wonder? With a backpack on, I left for the road, not knowing where my feet would go. I got on a bus to somewhere unknown. I left with a light heart. I'll return when the sun sets. I left with a light heart. Holding the sunset close. Even if the sunlight burns, spring is still spring, and fallen petals are still flowers in the wind. Though my body aches and hair turns gray, on this journey my heart feels young today. I left with a light heart. I'll return when the sun sets. I left with a light heart. Howling, chasing the sunset down. As the road grew dark, I looked to the sky and saw countless stars in the night so high. Long ago, when a shooting star passed me by, someone prayed for me under that sky. Along the road I left behind, in the memory I once denied, You stirred my heart and left like spring, just like cherry blossoms drifting away. You stole my purest love and fled, oh my first love, gone without a trace. Now that I've lived through all these years, those days seem like a fleeting dream, a season passed in a single breath, my youth which can never return. Now I wander, searching for flowers, only with time did I understand that back then I was the flower myself, and I'm just chasing memories of who I was. Spring returns again each year, and flowers bloom with every season, but the youth I lost has disappeared, and my first love can never return. Now I wander, searching for flowers, only with time did I understand that back then I was the flower myself, and I'm just chasing memories of who I was. The one who cried to the sound of rain, that girl was a flower in full bloom. The one who danced to every song, she was my beautiful you too soon.
When I was young, my father was strict. He spoke more with his eyes than with words. Back then, I didn't know it was love. I just feared him and stayed away. That day he asked, let's take a family photo. And I simply said I don't want to. Now that one missing photograph still lingers in my heart as deep regret. Sometimes the memories suddenly return. You tapping the drum with a cup of rice wine, singing with a smile so warmly this song I finally say, Father, I love you.
Like spring light, you gently came to me, and deep inside I knew how this would end. My heart melted under your warm gaze. Yeah, we both knew we were growing. Goodbye. You turned away and stood in silence. No excuse, no reason from your lips. And all that I could show you then was not my love, but tearful sorrow. Though fate said we were never meant to be, I was helplessly tamed by your memory. Like a flame about to flicker and die, still I lingered like a moth drawn to light. In the dark, a tiny cigarette glowed, and I knew this was our final night. You looked away from my pleading eyes. We both knew this day would surely come. You turned away and stood in silence. No excuse, no reason from your lips. And all that I could show you then was not my love, but tearful sorrow. Though fate said we were never meant to be, I was helplessly tamed by your memory. Like a flame about to flicker and die, still I lingered like a moth drawn to light. Through days as thin as frozen glass, inside you shone like spring's first light. I began a love that was born with an ending. Maybe the fault was mine from the start.
With every breath I try to take, your memory rises once again. So I send you away on a sigh, telling myself I must forget. Everyone breathes and lets go, slowly forgetting as they move on.
waits on time to heal and finds a way to carry on. Is it me who wants to live, or my memory that refuses to fade, though day by day slips away? Your name never does. The deeper the night becomes, the clearer your memory shines. Like day by now, I wish even longing could take a rest sometimes. Even longing feels familiar now, as I live on breathing like before. You stay beside me like my name, as if you'd never leave forevermore. 'Cause forgetting is too hard. I live by remembering every farewell poem in this world. In the end they all become my song. The deeper the night becomes, the clearer your memory shines. Like day by now, I wish even longing could take a rest sometimes. In days that always feel the same, I cover the space where you once stayed, pretending I'm fine, pretending I've healed. But still, I softly call your